The death toll from flash floods in northwest Pakistan has jumped to 157, officials say. Peshawar, Pakistan. Flash floods triggered by torrential rains have killed over 280 people in India and Pakistan and left scores of others missing, officials said Friday, as rescuers brought to safety some 1,600 people from two mountainous districts in the neighboring countries. In Pakistan, a helicopter carrying relief supplies to the flood-hit northwestern Peshawar region crashed due to bad weather, killing all 5 people on board, including 2 pilots, a government statement said. And devastating floods in India led to the suspension of an annual Hindu pilgrimage and the evacuation of thousands of pilgrims. Cloudbursts, sudden, intense downpours over small areas are increasingly common in India's Himalayan regions and Pakistan's northern areas, and can wreak havoc by causing intense flooding and landslides. Experts say cloudbursts have increased partly because of climate change, while storm damage has increased because of unplanned development in mountain regions. Top leaders in both countries offered their condolences to the victims' families and assured them of swift relief. Dozens missing in remote Himalayan village. In Indian-controlled Kashmir, rescuers searched for missing people in the remote Himalayan village of Tursiti after flash floods a day earlier left at least 60 people dead and at least 80 missing, officials said. At least 300 people were rescued Thursday after a powerful cloudburst triggered floods and landslides. But the operation was halted overnight. Officials said many missing people were believed to have been washed away, and the number of missing could increase. Harvinder Singh, a resident, joined the rescue efforts immediately after the disaster and helped retrieve 33 bodies from under mud, he said. At least 50 seriously injured people were treated at hospitals, many of them rescued from a stream filled with mud and debris. Tursiti, in Kashmir's Kishtwar district, is the last village accessible to motor vehicles on the route of an annual Hindu pilgrimage to a mountainous shrine at an altitude of 3,000 meters. Officials said the pilgrimage, which began July 25 and was scheduled to end Sept. 5, was suspended. The devastating floods swept away the main community kitchen for pilgrims, as well as dozens of vehicles and motorbikes. More than 200 pilgrims were in the kitchen at the time of the flood, which also damaged or washed away many of the homes clustered together in the foothills, officials said. Sneha, who gave only one name, said her husband and a daughter were swept away. The two were having meals at the community kitchen, while she and her son were nearby. The family had come for the pilgrimage, she said. Authorities erected makeshift bridges Friday to help stranded pilgrims cross a muddy water channel and used dozens of earth movers to shift boulders, uprooted trees, electricity poles and other debris. Nearly 4,000 pilgrims were evacuated, officials said. Photos and videos on social media showed household goods strewn next to damaged vehicles and homes in the village. Kishtwar district is home to multiple hydroelectric power projects, which experts have long warned pose a threat to the region's fragile ecosystem. More heavy rain and floods were forecast for the area. Hundreds of tourists trapped by floods in Pakistan. In northern and northwestern Pakistan, flash floods killed at least 243 people, including 157 people who died in the flood-hit Buner district in northwest Pakistan on Friday. Mohammed Sahel told the Associated Press that dozens of people were still missing, and rescue operations were underway. He said 78 bodies were recovered by midday Friday, and another 79 were pulled from the rubble of collapsed homes and flooded villages later. The death toll may rise as we are still looking for dozens of missing people, Sahel said. Dozens were injured as the deluge destroyed homes in villages in Buner, where authorities declared a state of emergency on Friday. Rescuers backed by boats and helicopters worked to reach stranded residents. Ambulances transported more than 100 bodies to hospitals, according to a government statement. Bilal Faizi, a provincial emergency service spokesman in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, said rescuers worked for hours to save 200 tourists trapped by flash flooding and landslides in the Saran Valley in Mansehra district and elsewhere on Thursday. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, at an emergency meeting, ordered the Disaster Management Authority to ensure the evacuation of tourists and all those hit by the floods. The helicopter that crashed was on a relief mission when it went down in the northwest, Provincial Chief Minister Ali Amin Gandapur said. The latest fatalities bring the total number of rain-related deaths to 556 since June 26, according to the National Disaster Management Authority. Region hit by multiple floods in recent weeks. Pakistan's Gilgit-Baltistan region has been hit by multiple floods since July, triggering landslides along the Karakoram Highway, a key trade and travel route linking Pakistan and China that tourists use to travel to the scenic north. The region is home to scenic glaciers that provide 75% of Pakistan's stored water supply. During the summer, when schools are closed for more than 2 months, hundreds of thousands of people travel to scenic destinations in northern and northwestern Pakistan. This year, despite repeated government warnings about landslides and flash floods, many still visited popular resorts in flood-hit areas. Pakistan's Disaster Management Agency has issued fresh alerts for glacial lake outburst flooding in the north, warning travelers to avoid affected areas. A study released this week by World Weather Attribution, a network of international scientists, found rainfall in Pakistan from June 24 to July 23 was 10% to 15% heavier because of global warming. In 2022, the country's worst monsoon season on record killed more than 1,700 people and caused an estimated $40 billion in damage.